All right, so we just got Full Self-Driving Beta 10.8, which is the 2021 4425.6 holiday release version 11. It's Christmas Eve, and let's go through some of the high-level updates. Starting with the release notes, just a bunch of improved numbers and percentages like we're used to seeing on the beta releases. You can pause it if you want to see any of those. We've got some visualization improvements and autopilot improvements here. Talking about driving visualization improvements here. You can obviously see totally different layout and UI. Cabin camera, I believe that's been there before. You've got the new light show features, which we'll do a separate video on, kind of showing what that looks like for the Model 3. Customizable app launcher, simplified controls, blind spot camera, waypoints, the ability to edit them, which this is the first time I've had this on the Full Self-Driving beta release. Boombox megaphone. Interesting. I wonder if that's just being able to go even louder than before. You've got TikTok, Sonic the Hedgehog, new game, Battle of Polytopia, multiplayer support, Sudoku, subwoofer. You can now adjust your subwoofer by bringing up media player and tapping tone, okay. Cold weather improvements, automatic seat heaters. It's interesting. Manage dash cam clips. Okay, so we have a new little app to do that. We've got dark mode, hide map details, driver door unlock mode. Interesting. Driver profiles. All right, now we're getting to the previous release. So quite a bit in that, pretty exciting. And you can obviously tell the UI's much different here. You've got all your controls now in your same icon that you had before, but you can see here everything's been shuffled around. It's just kind of a lot cleaner. You got your pedals and steering here. Charging looks a little bit different. You've got your autopilot, and you do have to turn on your automatic blind spot camera. You've got your locks, your lights, your display. Interesting. So it looks like your trips are now moved to here. Navigation, that looks about the same. And safety. And I'll just keep it at those for now. So all these being updated, which is kind of cool. A couple things I've noticed. The air conditioning looks a little bit different, so that's been updated a little bit. You got the rear controls, front controls, and then you've got your dog and camp modes here on the side. You have the ability to hold on any of these apps, and you can bring any of these apps into the little dock here, which is neat. And then you've got your entertainment. So again, we'll show that light show in another video. But overall, pretty clean, just reorganized, a little bit better use of space, I think. We're gonna go take it for a ride and see how Full Self-Driving 10.8 is compared to the last versions. So a couple things to note right off the bat. You've got a new icon for Full Self-Driving, and you've got the ability to add your waypoints here. So we're gonna test this version out. Again, this is 10.8, and do the same loop, see how it compares to the others. You've got your little steering wheel icon, and then your park, reverse, neutral drive up on the top left, which is different as well. So let's test it out. Right off the bat, notice the blind spot camera there when the turn signals are engaged. Took that turn nice and confident. And then lower the speed limit down to 20, just in here. Notice you got the speed bumps showing up again. Those had disappeared from some earlier versions. So we take these speed bumps right around 10 miles an hour. That's nice. And we've got a gate up here. It seems to have troubles with this sometimes. Let's see what it does. So it's kind of just stopping. Let's give it a little gas. All right, so I had to give it gas this time to get it up to the gate. I haven't had to do that before. It usually did creep right up to it, which is interesting. But it is waiting. That's good. Waited an appropriate amount of time there. Sometimes it cuts that kind of close. Gonna make our first right, and it's gonna check for visibility. It's creeping forward. We have a car coming, so it shouldn't go. Now we are clear, and it's wanting me to use accelerator, so I'm gonna give it a little push there. We got our first left, registered the yellow light, and just coming very slow through this. All right, because that was a yellow, I gave it some gas there. Not a good first start. I don't know why it slowed down right in the middle of the intersection there. Notice windshield wiper, new kind of icon there. You can still push it on the left stalk there. Visualization looks pretty much the same, other than it does look like a continuous blue line now, rather than the individual dots, which were there before. So that's a little nicer. Also noticed new controls as well with the AC, so you can group things, you can split, do all that good stuff. Alright, let's take a look at this again. Actually, the blind spot. So you can do one of these. Does look like you can expand this full screen now, which is kind of cool. I like that. So just the full view. Looks like you got either this or that. Nothing kind of in between the two. So we got our second left. Let's hope this one goes a little bit better. All right, that one was great. Right, it's coming up on this very fast. That was way too fast, and a little bit sloppy. Stopping a little prematurely there. A little bit hesitant there as well, a little bit jerky. All right, and then we're to our destination. So overall, I'll start with the UI, right? The new version 11, the holiday update, really cool. I like the layout of it. It's more simplified. It makes a lot more sense. Now, for the full self-driving 10.8, that first drive, not impressed. 2 out of the 4 turns there were not well done, not well executed. One of them stopped in the middle of the intersection. The other came in way too fast and not really centered in the lane. Kind of a bummer, because I think 10.8 was supposed to be a really big jump forward, and maybe it is. Maybe I still need to keep driving more. There are parts of it that do feel more natural. It does feel more like how I would drive, rather than what some of the earlier releases have been. So maybe, parts of that are starting to get integrated, but still, certain scenarios, it was a little bit still hesitant and jerky, and definitely driving faster through some of that hesitation. So overall, UI great, full self-driving 10.8. I don't know, we're gonna have to see and keep driving a little bit more, get a better feel for it. But here's the initial impressions for you there. So if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. There'll be plenty more of these coming. We'll be doing that same drive for each of the subsequent updates and releases. Thanks.